the European Institute of Innovation and Technology. This is on the one side is an institution, is a body of the European Union, but at the same time is also the most advanced instrument for innovation in Europe. The mission of this institute is to empower innovators and entrepreneurs. Empower them to do what? To create innovative solutions to address societal challenges. For example, to make cities more greener, or to reduce the pollution and the environment, etc. And these innovative solutions should also lead to the creation of new jobs. So these are the very ambitious goal of the AT. Now let me see how to move to the next slide. And this body was founded in 2008. So in these last few years, the widest community of innovation was created in Europe. You can see here that the AT brought together higher education institutions with companies, research centers, but not only this, also cities like Munich, regions, and NGOs. In the middle, you see that there is a triangle. The model on which the institute has promoted and on which has created its activities consist in bringing together companies, so business, research, and education. This is what we call knowledge triangle, and the integration is the basis of this model. The institute funded 8 innovation community. I belong to one of these community, AT Manufacturing, and my colleague that will talk after me belongs to the KIC, so the Innovation Community of Urban Mobility. As you can see, this 8 community address a different type of sectors or thematics or challenges as you want to talk about, you want to define them. These communities are funded with a unique model, meaning that they are funded for 7 to 15 years. So it's a long-term commitment of the European Institute of Technologies, Innovation and Technologies. But at the same time, this community have the ambition to become financially sustainable. So a new model of bringing innovation into the European landscape. As you can see, well, in this image, the idea, the main challenges are bringing students to become innovators or entrepreneurs, ideas to become products or services, and from the what is research in the lab to become a product that can be marketed and so delivered to the customer. So this is at the basis really of the model invented by the AT, implemented by the innovation communities. As I mentioned at the beginning, I belong to AT Manufacturing, and I'm happy to tell you a few words about my own community. We are fully aware that there are transformations that Europe is undertaking, and not only Europe, but the world. Digital transformation, we need to become more and more sustainable, but of course we also have to be aware that there is competition is very, very, very strong, especially from other regions of the world. We have really very strong companies and business, and we have to find our way to be also economically, financially sustainable. Our vision in AT Manufacturing is that global manufacturing innovation will be led by Europe. So that Europe has a key role in pushing innovation of manufacturing. And so our mission is to bring manufacturing actors or stakeholders across Europe to deliver innovation and education and entrepreneurial capacity in Europe. Here are some of the targets that we have set together with the European Institution of Innovation and Technologies for us by 2030. So you see that for manufacturing is very, very important. It's crucial, and we are in a critical position to reduce the use of the waste of materials, so to increase, on the opposite, the circular reuse of materials, that we adopt, if we adopt sustainable practices in our processes in manufacturing, these are of course an impact on the environment. We want to create a 360 solution, and we want to set up new startup that helps the manufacturing sector in developing these new solutions and to raise funding in order to support these startups and our business. And also, last but not least, since I'm the education director of IT manufacturing, we want to educate, upskill and reskill people in manufacturing. And this is has not to be neglected because, of course, human resources are key for any kind of transformation. So, well, just for you to know, these innovation communities are geographically distributed, are European organizations. So our headquarters are in Paris, but we have affiliated that we call co-location in several other regions so that we can have pan-European coverage and can really bring to our members, to our network, the advantage of easily connect throughout with companies, as I said, business, universities and startups and research centers across Europe. So these are just a screenshot of our members. At the moment, as you can see, we have quite a significant participation of industry, but also universities and RTOs. And this is all from my side. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Paola. And I think before we start in the discussion, Frederick, you want to continue?
Yes, so thanks. So I'm going to share a couple of slides. Just it helps to understand a little bit where what EIT or mobility is, because sorry, do you? Yes, there we go. Because of course, EIT or mobility, just like EIT manufacturing, we are some of the most recent kicks within EIT. And if you look at my role is I'm director of business creation, which basically means that I look at the creation of startups, the support of startups, and of course looking for exits from successful entrepreneurs. And where EIT or mobility comes from is a little bit different in the sense that we address a specific problem. We address that 23% of Europe's greenhouse gases emissions are produced by the transport sector. We address that 50% of the public space is taken up by roads, that 67% of the road accidents happen in cities, that we spend 1 year of our lives commuting. And last but not least, 130 billion per year is lost to congestion. So EIT urban mobility, of course, as you hear, it's focused on mobility in the cities. And of course, the cities are central in everything we do. That is why our organization is centered around what we call the City Club. So looking at all our programs from academy to innovation, through business creation, of course, we use the cities to put on requirements on what we do to ensure that actually the cities get the solutions they need. So of course, looking at going forward and looking at many of the new initiatives out there, these are very, very interesting for us. The way we do it in EIT on mobility and looking at the startups and the entrepreneurs, of course, the program that you and the discussion we're having today is, you know, we of course want you to do a startup, to become entrepreneurs. And we have a number of programs to support you in that. So apart from the accelerator programs, we help you scale up and these kind of things. We also do investments. We've invested so far since October in 14 startups within the urban mobility sector. And of course, we provide support to you to help you raise funding. So how is this applicable, you might think? Well, for example, if you look at the new Bauhaus initiative, it is of central importance for us. Sorry, I apologize, I'm not used to Zoom. If you look at the new Bauhaus initiative, it's central for us in what we do, of course, because somewhere we're trying to design new cities and programs connected to that are actually changing the way that we commute, that we live, that we build in the cities. So what we have chosen, we've supported a number of startups in our programs, and we focus, as of now, we focus on 5 areas, which are active mobility, sustainable city logistics, creating public realm, which is basically, you know, the 15-minute, the 20-minute cities, or the superblock concept in Barcelona, basically. And then we focus on future mobility, which can be everything from urban air mobility to mobility as a service, services, etc. And last but not least, mobility and energy. And why we feel that, of course, that many, if you look at the Green Deal and the initiatives that we work on specifically within EIT or mobility, we are cooperating with Academy in a number of different initiatives to focus on training, education within, of course, the new Bauhaus concept, I'd say, but also, which is, of course, my home territory, is supporting startups and helping startups develop ideas and get funding and get supported, get accelerated within the new Bauhaus concept. So I think, of course, we all share a vision of the perfect city going forward. And, you know, if you have ideas, or if you want to develop yourselves and become more knowledgeable, or even become an entrepreneur, have a project, I mean, please come to us and reach out to us. Thanks.
Frederick, very, very much thank you for the insights and how urban mobility, new European Bauhaus, Green Deal, and so on, all to get connected. And last but not least, now Klaus Seiler, CEO of Static Center, with an overview, how do we really connect now all the approaches. Klaus, please. Klaus, you are mute.
First of all, Paula and Frederick, thank you for this presentation of EIT, because I think this is a big chance also for the regional systems to participate of this support of the EU to push that international projects ahead. And what we thought, universities should have an important role in all that topic, and perhaps not only one university, but when we could connect a lot of different universities around Europe, So first we could collect ideas from a region. So in Munich, for example, that we invite you to help us to bring your ideas to us, and we accelerate them. We bring you with other ideas together, with other students together, with other startups from somewhere. And what we would like to try to accelerate your ideas. You can just come to us when you don't want to come directly to EIT urban mobility or EIT manufacturing, to be an incubator where you get help from from coaches from other universities for around 10 weeks. In these 10 weeks, we would like to create and to shape your idea, also with the help of experts of EIT, to say this could be really, really interesting to make the next step, to go in an incubator, and perhaps also to find other partners, either from Munich partners, so from big industry, let's say, or the other way around, also from international partners, so from EIT, that they help us to bring experts in to co-create, also to really let's scale your idea really, really fast. So altogether, I have slides, I think I don't show you now. This is a program of about 10 to 11 months. So the first 3 months, we just take your idea and we see how it will fit in, which other universities could have also experts to come in and so on. Then we have 10 weeks to work on it, to shape the idea, and then to bring it in an incubation program to really push it to the next step. And therefore, we would really like to discuss with you, what ideas could you bring in? How could we shape this program in the best way, really to foster innovation? And you also should tell us, how could we use EIT kicks to help us to do that? Because you could see they are really willing, they need us, because without us, they don't have any innovation. But on the other way, we could use them because they can help us to bring all this in, also these programs from on a European perspective to us. And this, I think we would like to discuss, to give first ideas how we could shape good programs. And in the second way, if you have concrete ideas, discuss about how we could push that also on by connecting cities, and not only to do it in Munich, but perhaps to take the help from other ecosystems. Because each university also has an ecosystem like we have the ecosystem in Munich, and we think we also can bring these ecosystems together.